So
Yeah, and so
possible.
what that effectively means is that if Kraken doesn't end up sweeping right here, that I don't really know who's going to be in finals at this point, right? Like, if JJ
Yep.
wins twice, then he would be at 18 and Kraken would remain at 18. And then if Helveticus won one, then we could have three teams theoretically at 18. At which point, hilarious amounts of math would have to ensue. But actually, right now, the chance of yeah, it would have to be that, right? If JJ doesn't win both, then it's definitely Kraken and Helveticus. JJ's team has to sweep. They can't just
Win.
win once, and they can't actually go 2-1, right? If they go 2-1, then Kraken actually takes it and goes to the finals.
Yep.
Unless wait, let me think. Actually, theoretically, if JJ went 2-1 with Kraken and Helveticus lost both games, then it could actually be JJ and Kraken in the finals. That's a very. It seems like an unlikely scenario, but it's theoretically possible
Possible.
right now. So basically, we just don't know
Yeah,
who's in finals, and that's the bottom line at this point.
it's possible. But yes, it does look like they've got a lot of players on there. Chad, Dead Knight, Els. Oh, we're playing.
And the lobby has launched, and so we are going in for a 6-for-6 match in Match 5, Bracket 5 of the Star Battle X Fall 2017 tournament. Here we go. Let's try to get all the windows in the correct place.
All summer tournament from my perspective.
This is not really. I mean, this is the very very tail end of summer if it's summer. But yeah.
No, we're just warming up for summer for us.
Oh right, because you're on a different season. Right. Ooh, and we're in
Others,
the fancy dancy long lane map. This is like the first time I think we've seen this map this tournament actually. But yeah, we do have Kraken going out. Oh god, we have a lag spike already. That's not good.
already. Who was it? I didn't see it. It's too fast.
Yeah, it's too fast for me too. It looks like it's going to pop up again though in a second here. It's
General.
General X.
Goodness.
So we do have Kraken as a Leviathan stepping out with just mutation, Forestry opening charges on his Dreadnought, Helyu going range missiles, Kush going Storm on his Arbiter, okay, Saranja going Plague, and Mu going Imp. What do we have from the blue team?
We've got First Struggle going charges. Graveyard has gone range. RLK has gone shockwave.
Or Imp,
EMP.
yeah.
Yeah. General's gone range. JJ's gone plague. And Bane has gone Gats.
5 Gats, yeah. So, do you think that they plan to do double frigate from the get-go, or do you think there's a chance they actually decided on double frigate in response to this map?
Just at the build there. Yeah, well, it is a good channel there in the middle for nuking, isn't it? So
Yeah, this is the ideal map really for frigates, just because getting the torps off in this middle lane is so much easier than in other maps. But it doesn't seem like they went heavy, like pure dedication into the double torp, right? Otherwise they would have been running an Arbiter, you'd think.
yeah.
So JJ's team is playing a little bit passively. They're kind of letting this, they're not pushing the side lane on the right side too hard. First Struggle is pushing in against Kraken before Kraken has a chance to fully develop. And they're just on their side of the lane in mid, but it's not resulting in any sort of noticeable farm lead one way or the other at this point.
Very even, doesn't it? First Struggle's got a bit of a push on Kraken, but can't really push. Everyone else is back.
And Kraken has decided he's just going to get the 5 Locusts first.
Nice plague off. That's Bane been hit twice now. Even Forestry's gone charge, and he doesn't like going charge. He likes going tank. So It's against his usual play.
My community is so excited that they decided to have a top card drive immediately down the street, blaring its sirens, the loudest I've ever heard.
Well, this is a very normal.
Yeah, pretty normal. I mean, it's a little bit early for the push down to the base, right? 4-minute back is a little bit early for the red team, but it's not that unusual. Certainly, sometimes you just want to get back and get that initial wave of ups so that you can come out strong.
Yeah, but it's also like there's only 2 tanks each. They got the missile boats each side. You know, support. Very normal compositions as well. So
yeah, and I mean it's interesting that I don't think Kraken ever actually officially agreed to limiting their composition to 2 tanks, but both teams ultimately just went for 2 tanks, I guess, regardless of whether there was an official agreement or not.
Yeah, maybe they may have been chatting privately too. Didn't we? Seen it.
Journalx having fun trying to get a little bit of kite off on Saranja, but it's hard when that, Overlord has Plague. Doesn't want to eat that. Maybe he does want to try to get the charge off. Ooh, he dodges it, though. Beautiful Plague dodge.
Both the Frigs have gone back with enough money to get...
Graveyarder's going pure rockets,
yep.
though.
Pure rockets.
Sop picks up Gats. First struggle... protective field and charge, as he had before. And Paul, of course. RLK just focusing on energy. Still normal shockwave. Still normal EMP. And then, let's see what General grabs Ion, actually. And JJBeast just focuses on the upgrade to Plague.
He is good at his Ion.
Heal has stalled, although it's not a problem. They do have the Sky Fury coming out. Yeah, still Tempest's coming up along top.
Very even farm as well there. All looks very even, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is looking like it could turn into a pretty good game. Of course, what it's going to come down to is it's these lanes, right? I mean,
yeah.
The risk of being out of position is so much more extreme in this map. And you can see Kush is really abusing the force field on the Sky Fury, since they don't really have a Leviathan capable of dealing with force field very easily.
No, or Colo to break it, so... Interesting.
Yeah. That could get more significant, right? Especially if Saranja were to go into Storm Command.
Yeah, nothing worse than them force fields, and you can't do anything about it without a someone to keep them out of energy or Colo to drive through. So
absolutely,
it can be very annoying. So Graveyard at 11 range already. So obviously he's going to go rockets, and General's going to go Ion. A bit more energy.
And Phantom picked up by OG Kush's Arbiter.
Wow.
Saranja picked up Siphon.
He's picked up a scan. And Moo is just recharge. EMP, that's it. And Forestry is gone. Tanky.
Yep, just normal back and forth so far. Scan, making sure there's no warp trip, and there is, and Bane does not know, or I don't think Bane knows, that Heal scanned and saw this warp trick incoming. It's not really sure, I'm not sure right now what's going to happen here. A lot of his team does not have warp yet, like they're not quite ready to warp in immediately, and Forestry Dude is, I don't know, it seems like he doesn't know where Bane went. But the rest of the team is already going back. They're just passively pulling back.
You're going, what are you doing, Forestry? Get back, I'll be yelling.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because it seems like he kind of wanted to cut off Bane while there were still ships on the map. But he...
Yeah, like if some of his team had warped, then they could have warped across to Forestry, and he would have been in trouble then, Bane.
Yeah.
Here
there's going to be a bit of an engage here. Everyone has come down to have a party in the bottom lane. Phantom going in to take damage, and Kraken has decided he doesn't think this is going to be a good fight, so he just wants to keep going back to farm up.
Yeah, Kraken's got his farm build working with acid spray, so he's just out there to farm for a little bit.
So since the blue team abandoned top lane for the moment, this could be a window of opportunity for red team to take a little bit of a farm lead. We'll have to see. It does look like First Struggle is going to go back up to the top now, though, that things have quieted down.
So First Struggle looks to be the only one on that team that's got warp. That's obviously not in their plans.
RLK does have radar, so both teams now between radar and scan have a variety of ways of making sure they don't become the victim of a warp trick. So it looks like this is really going to transition into a very even mid-game.
Yeah, this is going to be a big one, this one.
So these are games that can end very rapidly, especially, you know, just a little bit of a positioning problem becomes a big problem very quickly.
Yeah, General's a little bit out of position here.
And Bane can't very safely cut in to help him.
Both the Frigs now have got range 11.
Yep, so they're going to try to get that kiting on. Unfortunately, they're struggling a little bit with Sky Fury at the moment. First Struggle cuts in, trying to mostly just clean up Sky Fury, it seems, before OG Kush can get there and drop the force fields. Unfortunately, the Tempests along the top are just going to die to normal creeps. Not getting very much damage at all. So
First Struggle hasn't got his bots on yet, so he can't keep staying out there forever.
yeah, but there is going to be some big opportunities in the late game if Kush can pick up stasis later on, and when RLK gets blacked out. We'll really have to pay attention to the upgrade paths here.
So who's our top farmer? We've got Sojona on the blue team. Oh, sorry, on the red team.
It's General X on the blue team.
Is that where is he?
Or am I tripping out?
And then General X. Oh, I was looking at the other one. Sojona up there. They're very much on par, aren't they? It's so close. But the blue team are getting a little bit of a lead. Only about 50 or 60.
Mm-hmm. Just rockets in range. That's all he needs. Doesn't need a whole bunch of laser upgrades at this point. It's no carrier or anything fancy like that. Now later on, Kraken can also do interesting things as the Leviathan, set up warp ins even if he doesn't plan to do a warp trick, right? Just maintaining the presence. But it looks like he's probably picking up Frenzy now, would be my guess. No, he chooses Rapid Regen instead. Yeah. Passive upgrades for the moment.
Yeah, he got pushed back then by the Frigs, so stopped him farm. He didn't like that.
The blue team is just going to go back. Don't want to stay here and wait to see what upgrades the red team's coming up with. But Force Reader just picked up Productive Field. Saranja with the Psy Blast at 1500. Kush now still on the same spells, but 525 energy. Moo picked up DMAT. And so now we'll see what blue team is going to start coming out with. Sop still no spells from Sop yet, not even bots, but now he's picking up Protective Field finally.
Forestry and First Struggle have both got full pro field, so they'll be bashing against each other here for a bit.
Yeah, Blackout from RLK, General X with the Ion, and he's going to spend some money now, picks up Afterburners and Ripwave. And Graveyard also has Ripwave, and here we have the Torp.
Yep.
For Torp Alley.
Yep, here it comes.
And First Struggle basically being in position for a warp in. They know he is here. It's not much of a trick, but it still is important to deny the red team getting any sort of farm advantage. Saying, if you try to get too greedy, we will just dive in on you. Blue team has been doing really well at dodging the plagues this game. Torp gets cancelled.
Sojona hasn't extended the plague yet either. It's still the small one.
Looks like
Well,
this
here
one
it
might
goes.
land, and it does land. Kraken takes 6,000. Has the rapid regeneration, so he's not really in too much trouble. And they're gonna go ahead and commit in. No. I think he recognized that it was a phantom, so he did not commit to killing the fake overlord.
Ships everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, it's a very dynamic situation we're in right now, with a big push in the middle, and then a turn. JJBeast cutting in to get the plague off, with Kraken kind of farming unimposed on top. You have the Tempest coming in on bottom. JJBeast wastes Siphon on he'll use Phantom.
Yeah.
With this, we'll see whether they can actually get any work in with these Tempests. They might just have to back off immediately, though. Yeah.
How good are them Phantoms working? Because JJ just siphoned the Phantom as well as plaguing then.
Yeah.
So.
Looks like first struggle is actually going to warp out. Interesting. Oh no, he gets interrupted. Means a little bit of a stall, but not a big problem here.
They've got 120 lead now, the blue team. Everyone's missing their plagues.
Yeah, that's good players that do not want to eat more damage than they have to. So, Graveyard, did get the Torp off before. We'll have to see whether he maybe tries to change targets now that it is coming back up. But with first struggle on here, he did not get hit by that Imp. So we'll have to see whether he actually tries to drop the Torp here on Kraken. He might.
Kraken's pretty healthy
Trying
here.
to drift in, and it does go off, but it does not connect with Kraken.
I'm surprised he didn't withdraw that. They've been doing that a lot of late.
Yeah, and we know he can. He did it before.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that, even with Graveyard's level 5 rockets, he's really not able to sustain any damage against Kraken at this point in the game.
No, he's got his health up high already, 17,000. So, very high.
And with the constant regeneration, it just, every time the volley hits, he just heals back up immediately.
Yep. He's going to be tough in the end there. They've got to keep their lead and push it through to have any hope of beating Kraken's team here.
Kraken is turning into quite of a Kraken. Moon now coming out with his Blackout. I don't think I've seen Oral K drop his Blackout yet, so that's been 400 that he hasn't really tried to make much use of so far. I think he did miss that EMP. There's going to be yeah, Frenzy on first struggle. It's only 2 ships because the third one's a hallucination, but
yeah.
Could
Oh.
Your
Children crazy here.
yeah.
It's coming across. Forestry's doing a bit of a push. People behind him now.
Going to be a
Trying to get RLK.
first struggle should be fine. If anyone, yeah, RLK is definitely the target here, and if they can get RLK, this is going to be a pretty massive pickup.
Oh, it's close.
1,000. He had 1,337 health for just a moment there, but it looks like he's going to get out. Still hasn't used that Blackout.
900 he got down to. First struggle was down too. They all got hurt then.
Yeah, he might. I haven't checked whether he has emergency shields yet. I guess I should check that. Upgrades.
And that little push then, Crazy, evened up the scores, so they're back to even again.
It doesn't look like he has emergency shields yet. He has just normal shields. Tempests are coming out. That will help blue team push a little bit. Even though Kraken does kind of ignore that. But he does not ignore The 1500 damage side blast from JJBeast. Graveyard coming up the side.
First struggle's quite injured here.
Ion Blast on Kraken. Seems like General wants to threaten Kraken a bit. He does have a Torp ready. Kraken is down to 9,000, so if he can get a few more rocket volleys off, that could be pretty significant if he can actually land something. Saranja coming up to disengage. And on the other side, we have First Struggle going in with Protective Fields and Bots at 3,000 life against Forestry Dude, who's out of energy. That is a hallucinated BC and a hallucinated Arbiter there, making it seem as though they are pushing over, but they're not.
OG's being kept busy here, keeping his 8 versus 6. Kraken, he's coming back now. He's got Frenzy and Corruption and Intercept.
Yeah, Forestry coming out. He's at 7 armor. We got Moo with Blackout still. Kraken with Corruption. Frenzy, Rapid Regeneration at 1900 life. Intercept, Acid Spray, 475 energy. Heal you with Defensive Shield at 2150 HP. OG Kush with Stasis now.
And General's just picked up Torp as well, just then. So they both have Torp now.
Double rockets. Both Torps are available. You know, they're getting a little bit. Oh my god! I just totally missed.
What the heck?
Kraken just devoured JJBeast. I mean, there's so much going on all the time. It's kind of hard to see what's going on where. Forestry Dude is a little bit overcommitted now. They're going to try to get a revenge pick here. They do have both torpedoes if they can have the energy. There's one Torp. He's turning back in. He's turning back in. It hits. First Struggle is out into 1,500 life. Forestry Dude is at 4,000. RLK is receiving gats down to 2,500. First Struggle is down to 100. E-shields. E-shields. No E-shields. RLK goes down. First Struggle goes down.
Oh god. There it all is.
And this is a massive gain for Kraken's team.
Kraken is eating up Graveyard now.
Oh yeah, Graveyard goes down. Kraken is just so strong at this point. And JJBeast gives the GG.
Oh, that was so even.
Yeah, it was definitely a good game, and at some point Kraken's Leviathan basically just took over and started destroying everything.
Yeah, it's crazy just then. They just had them where they wanted them to. They just started to go in the center, both Torps, but they all just got... Kraken just ate them up. Literally. Good game by Red.
That is game 1, so this is pretty critical. At this point, it seems pretty likely that Kraken